Good morning! It's turned out nice again. How's it going, guys? You alright now? If you're new to my channel, this is my morning briefing. My morning briefing's not very exciting. There might be a little bit of LFC stuff in this in this video, but my morning briefings are where I catch up with the community, tell them what the plans are for the day, what I've been up to, do my acknowledgements and things like that. Alright, so if you're not one of my die-hard viewers or die-hard haters, then the morning briefing is probably not for you. All right. Anyway, how are you all doing? You were good? Feels like a while since we spoke. I didn't do anything yesterday. Mondays tend to be a quiet day for me, to be honest. And I've got to do the accounts and stuff. So I was speaking to Charlotte, my daughter, about that yesterday. It's that time again. Do you know, man, that fucking tax, man. I've got to pay them on 20th. And I've got to sort out all the invoices and things. Charlotte sent me a big list of stuff I've got to find to try and lose as much money as possible. Do you know what I mean? So, bit of a nightmare on that front. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit of that today. But in between that, I've got quite a few things that we're going to be doing or talking about, which we'll get to. Well, I tell you what, it's a bit nippy. It's nice out there. It's cold in here though. I do have an heater up here. Normally you can hear it on in the background, but it's not on because I went to a bar yesterday, not for a drink. It's next to the supermarket. I need to see a friend of mine, and I had a Diet Coke. Just saying, and he was talking about his electric bill. So I said, "Oh, my electric bill's not too bad. You know, I'll switch this company called Endesa. He's with Iberdrola, and this is very exciting stuff." And I said, I went, "Oh no, my bill's not like as high as that, mate. You need to switch. You know, I'm trying to help a friend out. Do you know what I mean?" So I opened up my phone and I logged into my app just to show him what my last bill was. And then, sorry, there's something on my screen. And then it said to me, oh, your electricity's gone up 30%. The current has gone up 30%. That's since she's moved in, innit? Do you know what I mean? She's one of them, she has to have heater on and all that. I'm from Yorkshire, mate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, technically she's from Yorkshire as well. Not the real Yorkshire. She's not from North Yorkshire, South Yorkshire or something like that. But she's been out here 20 years, so yeah. Anyway, my electric's gone through the roof. Well, I can't be doing that, guys. You know what I'm saying? So we're having cutbacks. So I'm looking at getting a couple of them gas fires. You know that you put the bottles in? Yeah, it's like going back to the 80s, isn't it? I remember having them in England. So I need to get a couple of them, really. I looked online today. I thought, that's not bad. You know, 70, 80, something like that, 75. I thought that's all right. But then you got to buy the orange pipe and the metal bit that goes on top as well. So 94 each they are. But I'm getting two of them. At least then you can keep an eye on cost, because I'm going to be down here quite a bit today. To be honest with you, I've got a lot to do, guys. So yeah, I need to get a couple of them fires and warm things up a bit. Because my office here, where I work from, isn't connected to the central heating because this was added on. All right, so it's not part of the original house. So yeah, I know you need to know all these things. So yeah, I need to earn some pennies today. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, we're going to have a live stream today. I've scheduled it for 7 p.m. UK this evening. All right, so if you want to come along, it'd be nice to catch up. I'm sure there's a few things that we can talk about. We're going to be talking about Alonso today. It was so funny yesterday. My phone just lit up. People telling me Alonso is being sacked. I think they forget that I'm in Spain. I knew before it hit the UK. Do you know what I mean? Don't, Alonso, he's gone. You were right. Do you know what I mean? Not that I'm an ITK or anything. But I did say towards the end of November, early December, the Spanish Super Cup was extremely important, and I thought if he loses the semi-final, he might go. He held on because obviously progressed to the final, but I knew that if he lost that, especially to Barcelona, that he was toast, So, yeah, it's just inevitable. That's because I'm in Spain, all right? So, I read the Spanish football dailies every day for you guys, and I keep an eye on things, And I'm very interested in Alonso, as to what will happen next in his career. Yeah, I knew he wouldn't last after that. And you remember saying, I'm sure I said, I expect we'll know around 10, 11, 12, 13 for January what Alonso's situation is going to be. And after he survived the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup, people said, "Oh, that's it, Donkey. You know, he's all right." And I went, "No. He's just kicking the can down the road. He's done, I think. You know." So, and it wasn't. You know, someone said in the comments recently, "Why would you want Alonso struggling in Real Madrid?" He wasn't struggling. I think is it 4 points off in the league behind Barcelona, who are leaders. But it was player power, to cut to the chase. Vinicius, Mbappe, Valverde, a couple of others as well, you know, and they didn't like his discipline. He was very disciplined and didn't like his coaching methods. And, you know, you won't want to fuck with Alonso. And the thing is, he'd be perfect at Liverpool, just saying. The thing is, Real Madrid, some of their players, they think they're bigger than anyone, you know. So if you saw the Mbappe Alonso video the other night, you know, you would understand. You know, you can see that in motion, if you like. So Alonso's on his way. I'll be doing a video about that today. I'm not going to tell you what I think if he could end up as Liverpool manager in this video, but I will in the other one, all right? I've got some, I've been hearing some things, you know, over here in Spain. And Liverpool have been mentioned, like, so that's pretty cool. What else we got? Ornstein. Ornstein's been chirping, so he's obviously one of the most credible journalists concerning Liverpool Football Club. There's only 2 journalists in the world you need to listen to concerning Liverpool Football Club. One is Ornstein, and the other, of course, is Paul Joyce. A bit of Fabrizio Romano. More Salah! Rent a tweet. Yeah, a bit of him. But yeah, them two. So Ornstein, you'll be getting a video about Ornstein's comments today. I'm a couple of days behind. Indy was putting some shite out the other day. We're going to take a look at that. There's two videos on that coming up, I think. You know, the exclusives and all that. We got a lot to go through, to be honest. And I did post like a review of some claims being made by another account on X. If you've got X, follow @Cop Talk, and if you subscribe to that channel, you know, if you like Cop Talk TV, I think you'll like being a subscriber to my X account, because I retweet these things as, you know, when they're claimed, you know. So if someone makes a claim, I retweet and give commentary to it, right, in text format. So some of you subscribe to that account, which is pretty cool. And I put other things on there as well. A lot of Alonso stuff's on there today, to be honest with you. What else have I got to tell you guys? Well, Arne Slot, you know, he got that the FA Cup victory, of course. So he should. I don't think he's safe, to be honest with you, at Liverpool. Again, we'll probably discuss that in the Alonso video today. What else? Anything else to tell you guys? No. Did I tell you got to do my accounts? Oh, fuck me, I can't be arsed with that. Never mind. Right, what else? My team won 4-0 at the weekend. That's right, CF Benidorm, with a convincing 4-0 home victory. Yes. And do you remember last week I said to you, because I'm the supporters liaison officer, right? So I work for the club. And I told you last week, I said, but I don't want to spoil what it is. Do you remember? I said, I've got a surprise coming up. So I did this news article, right? CF Benidorm Talk. Do you see that? Right? That's on Facebook. CF Benidorm Talk, also on X and Instagram. And I'm not going to read it all out to you, but basically, there's a female supporter. She's a friend of mine called Sue, and her husband Dave. And Sue, they go to all the games home and away. They're absolute diehard supporters. And Sue's dad was taken, you know, ill in the run-up to Christmas, so she had to go back to the UK and miss some games. I told the club about it, and they didn't hesitate to sort something out for her, which is what I organised, right? So I organised it with the club, kept it a bit of a surprise for her, and I got, basically, cut long story short, her favourite player, Jota, that is a fabulous centre-back for us. He signed a card for her, wrote a card. The club president came and saw her with the player. And I've got the pictures here, so I can show you. So there's Jota writing the card after the game the other day. And then he went up and presented the card to her. And as you can see, she gave him a hug. That's her husband there. And you can see how he's like, he's delighted because she's been through such a rough time. And then there was this picture, which is the club president, Sue, and Yotta, which is really good. And I'm just so delighted that, you can go and read it if you want. CF Benidorm Talk on Instagram, Facebook, and X. It's things like that that I like to do, in my role with the club. And previous to that, there was a young boy that was 8 years of age, left his cap on a bus when he flew back to England. And I sorted it out with the club, and we got him a new scarf and hat. And when I went to England to see my son recently, I posted it to him, and he was made up, So little things you can do. The supporters liaison officer is like a bridge between the supporters and the club, right? So basically, I advise the club on several things. And if I need to get something to the club, to do with the fans, that's why I'm there. And if the club needs to get something to the fans, that's why I'm there. And I take great pride in it. I love it. I love doing it. And also at the weekend, for those of you that are interested, I know some of you are, some of you won't be. But I took some photographs. You remember I invested in that new camera recently? Guess what? That'll be going through the accounts when I find the receipt. I took 365 photographs on Sunday, narrowed it down to 177 that I thought were all right, and uploaded, I can't remember, maybe 130 pictures. I can't remember, but I got some corkers. Look at this one. Look, this is one of the goals. Look, that's one of the goals there. That was a good one. What else we got? There's Yotta, that player you've just seen a minute ago. He's up there. Looks a bit blurry on here, but got some cracking pictures, guys. Goalkeeper, all right. And I really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I love helping. And the players love the pictures and their families and whatnot. And it's just part of what I do. And it was quite funny because my friends at the game were taking the piss because. To get on the pitch, to make sure that everybody knows that you're authorised to be there, I have to wear like a red sports bib, you know what I mean? And my mates were saying you look like a dinner lady. I weren't impressed with that suggestion at all. Should be a picture of Martin in here. Where's Martin? My mate Martin. You know Martin, don't you guys? Let me find him for you. I think he might be right at the bottom. Let's have a look. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something funny about Martin. Oh, let me show you Martin. Martin's me partner in crime that I have a beer with on a Saturday. This is Martin. Look, my Sunderland fan. He is. Look, he's fucking great. Well, you see that cup there? That's beer. No surprises there. But it's them soft cartons. And when he walked back during the game, he went to the bar and he walked back with the two of those cartons, and they gave way on him, and it went everywhere. And you should have heard the fans chanting at him. You had one job and all that. Do you know what I mean? His face was fucking, oh, the poor motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? Sacrilege, isn't it, guys? So Martin was wounded. He was wounded. So anyway, I had a good weekend with my local team. We play on Saturday this week. The game's been moved to Saturday at 5:00. It's an away game, which I'm looking forward to. Mini bus and a few beers maybe. And then when we come back, I'll just stay out, all being well, if I'm supported during the week. You know what I mean? But I need to get these 2 fires. So I need to think about that first, really. Because it's a bit nippy in here. All right, then. What have you been up to? Can you tell me what you've been up to, please? Touch base with me. Anything that you want me to know about? You know what I mean? In your private life or to do with Liverpool. Have you seen anything? Is there any exclusives? You've got to touch base with me, guys. I love hearing from you. So, shall we have a look at the acknowledgements? I need to catch up on the acknowledgements. They go back a few days. If I miss you out, please let me know. Because it's super, super important to me. That's the main reason I do my morning briefings, guys, to be honest with you. I know I tell you what we're going to do during the day, what the schedule is, but acknowledging people that, buy me a beer or, what's it called, buy you a coffee, or, the super chats, the super thanks, it's really important to me, So, according to my device here, because it's been a few days, Saturday stream. We must have done a live stream on Saturday. It was in the morning, wasn't it? It was very, very good. We'll be doing that on Saturday this week. We did a live stream about 10 a.m, I think. Maybe a little bit later, 11. Oh, it was very good. We had a right good conversation. Don't forget, live tonight at 7 UK. Which I'll have you know is 8 o'clock here for me. If I do an hour and a half, I'm giving up my evening. Just saying. Right, Saturday's stream was supported by these following people. Steve Harrison, Carl Downs, Mark the Legend, obviously, because he's a fucking legend. Dean Hayes, Chris Martin, Benjamin Alford, Reformed John, Brother Ben, Mike Smith, Michael Sutton, Carolina, William Cahill, Klopp Norbert, Jen, Mother Cop Talk, obviously, and Mr. H, LFC. Thank you very much. You made it a very successful stream. And the support was massive, and that really helps me with my channel, guys. It really, really does, which is why I like to say thank you. So, moving on from that, we look then. They're called like super chats, super thanks. Now the super thanks, the super thanks is the love art, which is on my YouTube channel. I'm not sure if on a browser it's under the video, but I'm not sure where it is on the app. Someone did tell me recently, but I can't. Matt Mason did tell me recently. So I don't know. There's a love art somewhere, and that's called a super thanks. And I say this all the time. Without the super thanks and the super chats, the channel memberships, I couldn't do YouTube. I don't clickbait. I don't make senseless videos or sensational videos to try and lure you in to get clicks and views. It's very serious around here. So subsequently, I don't get fucking huge views. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not bothered about that. All I want to do is exist and survive. And when people support me using those little things, it makes a huge difference to me. Which takes me back to something that the president said the other day. That card for Sue, he said to me when I said to him, we need to do something for her. As soon as he heard it, he didn't hesitate, and he said, "That's what we want to do. It's the little things that the club can do that can be big things for people." What a great club and a great attitude to have. So here we go. We're doing the super thanks now. The first one is Clive Mitchell, who is a channel member. Squad! He says, "Afternoon, Dunk. Have a beer on me. Good to see you. Feeling better. Hope you enjoyed your weekend." Thank you, brother. Thank you for being a channel member. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for getting me a beer. Yeah, I was feeling better. Still am. I've still got a little bit of a, but certainly a lot better than I was. And I did enjoy my weekend. Went out Saturday with my good lady and Martin and his wife. I saw them when we were out. We spent a little bit of time together. And we had a sensible night, to be honest with you. Very chilled, very happy. And then obviously on the Sunday we had the football. But now it's back to the grind, But I had a great weekend, Clive. Thank you, brother. Up the Reds. I think it's forever because it's just cut off a little bit on my screen. Channel member, thank you for being a channel member. Hey, Dunk, just want to say I'm really sorry to see you so down about your mum. I think I must have mentioned my mum on Saturday. I don't know why. I think I was probably just reminiscing a bit about, sometimes in life you've got to be sensible. Like I think I was talking about going for a beer and sometimes you might have a beer when you shouldn't have one and you've got to be sensible. And my mum used to say, "You want a beer, son? You get a fucking beer. You only live once." Do you know what I mean? Stuff like, I think it was like that. He says, "I'm really sorry to see you so down about your mum. This really pulled at my heartstrings, this did, as I often find myself wondering when the time will come when I inevitably lose my mum. And my 13-year-old son loses his grandmother, and my father too, who are 65 and 69 years old." And he's got put an emoji of a crying face. And I hear you, and I'm an only child, which probably explains a lot. Only child syndrome and that. So I don't have a brother, don't have a sister. I don't know if that makes a difference on your life. I think it does. I do think if you're an only child, you're close to your mum. Maybe your dad too. My situation's a bit different because my real father wasn't in my life, on and off, fleeting, but not really in my life. And when I saw him as an adult, I never called him Dad, I always called him by his first name. And I think he's still out there. I'm not sure. I'll be very upset when something happens to him because he's my dad, isn't he? But as a parent myself, I can't, and as far as I'm aware, or we're aware, I'm his only child. And it's just a little bit strange, I think, that a father wouldn't want to be involved with a chat. Like, I love my kids, you know what I mean? And I'd have more children. And being a dad's the proudest thing ever, so it's a little bit different. So you often hear me talk about my mum, but not my dad. Now, when I refer to my dad, if I ever say to you, my dad is obviously, he's my stepdad, but I call him Dad. He's dead now. He committed suicide in 1993. He was a senior police officer he was a police officer for 33 years, I think. And he was my dad in my eyes. He didn't father me, but he brought me up, and supported my mum when they met and looked after her. And I took his name. My surname is not the name on my birth certificate. I took his name, and he took me to school. He picked me up when I fell off my bike. He gave me advice. He disciplined me, as you can imagine, a senior police officer. And he was my dad, but I'm never going to be as close to him, am I, as my mum? Do you know what I mean? And my mum wasn't supposed to die. She was 54 when she went into hospital, 55 when she died in hospital. And that's not tears, that's just me being a bit blocked. And she, just young, you know what I mean? And there's people on here that have lost their mums and dads even younger than me. And so if you've got your parents, I'd give anything to be able to see my mum or dad as in my stepdad, but he was dad to me. And if you ever watch videos of me when I'm outside, the house at the front door there, there's a big picture of my dad on the wall, big picture of my dad on my wall in his police uniform. There isn't a picture of my mum anywhere in this house on display because I think that might have been what I said the other day, actually. I just wouldn't be able to look at it, you know what I mean? But if you've got your parents, then you got to look after them. I did everything for my mum, and when she was in hospital for 8 months, and the hospital sister, in charge of the ward, said to me, she thinks she'd been a nurse for over 30 years or something like that, and she said, because I used to go to the hospital at 10 o'clock in the morning until midnight, every day of the week for 8 months. And you guys will remember that, because I used to do some videos, when I was there and that. And they're probably still on here, I don't know. And I used to go 10 a.m. till midnight, then just go back to my hotel and sleep. And it put me in a lot of debt. You can imagine 8 months, can't you? And paying anywhere from 70 to 130 a night in a hotel. And my VIP members, these are my VIP members on here, they renewed their memberships 1 year early to help me through that. And what I mean by that is renewing the memberships a year early gave me some money to pay for my stay in England, and they sent flowers when she died and things like that. And, they were amazing. And, someone that watched my videos was a Liverpool fan that was in charge of the hospitals in that region. And I made a video complaining about my mum's care. And this guy contacted me and said, I watch your videos, I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm in charge of that hospital. And we became very good friends and still are today. And he certainly looked after my mum when we were in hospital. He was the gaffer of the hospitals in that area. And he watched my videos. And then there was another gentleman that was a leading cardiologist in America, also watched my videos and was communicating with me every day. So another Liverpool fan, WhatsApping me every day, send me a picture of your mum's medical notes. He was giving me instructions saying she shouldn't be on that medication. It was incredible that I had this Cop Talk community behind me, Liverpool fans. So I had my members helping me financially, because I was in a lot of debt. Because if you think about it, I couldn't work for 8 months, yet I was having to pay out to stay. My life was in turmoil. And they helped me. I had the guy in charge of the hospitals that helped the care and put right things that were wrong. And I had, like I said, this cardiologist in the US that liaised with me, and it was unbelievable that Cop Talk could do that. So if you've got your parents and they're out there, try and spend as much time with them as you can. You just don't know what's around the fucking corner, do you guys? I mean, my dad offed himself, and my mum was robbed, and I'm very lonely without my mum and that now. I've got to be honest, I am. I don't really have any family. My kids, I've got my kids, but they live in another country, in England, obviously, and they're adults in their own right now, and they're not there to look after me. I'm there to look after them. I've got my auntie, which is my mum's sister. I call her Mumsy number 2. She messages me every Saturday and during the week as well. She keeps an eye on me, but they've got their own family, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? Like my cousins and stuff like that, and the grandkids, and so I feel like I'm on my own in life now, which is hard, I think. Which is why I think that the Cop Talk and the Cop Talk community has been perfect for me, because so many of you guys communicate with me on a daily basis. I don't think you realise how much it helps me. You probably don't think about it, right? You just watch a vid or comment if you're on the members website, but it's all interaction and it keeps me busy. And I know that if I'm upset or run down, you people, you always get behind me, you rally behind me, and it helps, it really, really does. And that's why I'm grateful. All right. So let's get back to this message, because I'm waffling on. He says, I really hope you're okay, bro. I'm pretty sure your mum will be watching down on you. We're getting an emo now. And he's extremely proud of the man you've become and your accomplishments online. With your channels and all the hard work you put in just to entertain us. And also what you do for others, like with your local football club and surprises, etc. I'm proud of you, my friend. Oh, you are an extremely decent and selfless human being, and I'm sure the rest of the Cop Talk TV squad family will back me up on this. So just wanted to let you know we're here for you, and I'm extremely proud to be part of the Cop Talk squad, as I don't know what I'd do with a lot of my spare time if I didn't have your videos to watch each day. So please have a little drink or coffee or a beer or 2 this weekend on me. Just a little something to let you know I appreciate you for what you do. Thanks, brother. And then the little fist bumping emoji. And that was amazing. That was so nice. And it's stuff like that. I know everybody wants to be talking about this and this and this, but it's stuff like that, because Liverpool fans are Liverpool Football Club as well. So it's not all news, transfer news, is the manager getting sacked, opinion, Twitter twats and everything. We are part of it all, aren't we? And this shows you the better side of people on the internet, because there's obviously some scroats out there, right? And you do get abuse, and I've been hated on fucking terribly online over years, But this is my point, when you get a message like that and you think, oh, it's getting cold in here, guys, and I'll put my heater on. Fuck electric's going on that. Do apologise. I'm trying to save me electric today. Anyway, I'm gonna get them gas fires, then we'll be all right. I usually have a gas fire in here, but it's fucking vanished. But I was told this morning that it broke. Well, I don't know, it was ages ago. Anyway, you do for me. You know what I'm saying? And thank you so much for that message. I haven't replied to that message yet because I wanted to reply properly. Do you know what I mean? And I looked at that message a few times. So, listen, you got your 13-year-old lad, right? His grandmother, your mum, your dad. Just do what you can. And you know what my advice would be to you is film as much of it as possible. I don't have any real videos of my mum. I filmed a few at hospital with her because there was times when I thought, you never know. And but they're all videos that I don't really want to watch, if that makes sense. Yeah. Right, shall we move on? This is a fitting username. This will change the subject a little bit. The Red Bastard. Thanks, Dunk. You're the man. See, you got me a super thanks 2 days ago. Thank you, Red. Nice one. Mark the Legend's in there, obviously. Thanks, brother. Enjoy your drink session later. Channel member as well, Schwad. And then before that, we've got Niall, another channel member, Schwad, who's been a massive supporter of mine and a huge, huge help to this channel and myself. So, that's the YouTube thanks. I think I'm caught up on all of that. And what I'll do now is I will, I think that eating's making my eyes sore or something. What I'll do now is we will just check Revolut, all right? Right, okay. Right, no more emo shit. Let's move on. People are too nice, too kind. Okay. Okay, what date are we on? We're on the 13th. Revolut, oh, sorry. I have 3 links in my video description. They're like the YouTube thanks, chats, channel memberships. They come in once a month on the 23rd, usually, 23rd, 24th. Less 30% that YouTube keeps on everything. 23rd, 3 days after my tax bill's due. I was due on the 20th. I was that for bad timing. The links in the video description, Monzo, PayPal, Revolut, they're more for like, get yourself a beer, coffee. The other thing's the same thing. It's what works for you. But the Revolut one, for example, that's my beer kitty during the week. So if you use Revolut during the week, it goes in like a virtual account, if you like, on my device. And on Saturday, I go, can I go for a drink then? Like that. The rest of it's all just, pay bills and shit like that. So obviously, Niall, by default, shout out to Niall, my man. David, as well, David Sands. And he registered on Revolut to do this. And he put, I don't. Took me a while, but here you go, have a couple of beers on me. Take care, mate. And this is what I mean. Like, that's the 10th of January. We're on the 13th now, right? And he's like, go and get yourself out, get a beer, lad. Man, do you know what I mean? Like, what? I wouldn't want to do anything else in the world. If somebody said to me, you can, they've said this to me before, come and work for us, we'll make you a millionaire, do this with this website and that website. I had this, right? People came from New York to try and buy Cocktalk or buy me. And they guaranteed, we guarantee we'll make you a millionaire. Right? And I met them in Sweden. And I didn't like what they had to say. I'm not bothered about being like stinking rich. I mean, you might be. It depends on your age, maybe. But when you get a bit older, you just want to be, I don't know, you just want to do what you want to do within reason. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe a nice little holiday. I'm going away in a few weeks. Or be well. But that's to go and see me. I don't do holidays. I'll be working every day. You'll see that. Every time I go away, I'm always working. But, do what you want within reason. I don't really buy much for myself, to be honest. I used to buy, I pointing down here at my Xbox, my Xbox and my gaming area is just to the side here. And I used to buy the odd game for myself, but there's not I really like now, game-wise. Do you know what I mean? So that used to be my treat. I went round a store here recently, electrical store, and I thought, I'm going to treat myself something. Just 'cause sometimes you've got to treat yourself. And I walked around this, and there was nothing I could find that I wanted. I picked up an Xbox controller, a red one. And I thought, that'd look cool on here, when I'm doing my videos. And then I'll go down there, and then I'll put it back here. Because it's like my phone over here. So it looked good if it's red, you know what I mean? And it was about 50 euros or something like that. And I picked it up, and then I put it back. I was like, man, I don't need it. That controller works over there, black one. I'm just like that, mate. I did buy myself something. I've just remembered. So if I said I didn't buy myself something, I was lying. I bought myself a rechargeable battery to put in the Xbox controller. It was about 13 euros. There you go. Last at big spenders. But no, I'm not really that kind of person. The last significant purchases of everything's to do with Cocktalk or what I do basically. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I'm boring, aren't I, really? But I do like to go for a drink on a Saturday. I do. I like my Saturday nights out. I do. It's all I look forward to. Right, let's have a look. David Sands, thank you, David. Top man. He supported me many times before. Prior to that was PC Drat as well. I need to, what's the word? Change the account. I got to go back through my account issue now. Because if people have got a Revolut account, I can reply to them. If they don't have a Revolut account, I can't, and I hate that. Let me just check here. RCF Benidorm, that's the football club. Oh, I bought a cap at the weekend. My girlfriend said, could I get a cap? No discount for me. No, nothing in euros. I'm just gonna check the UK pounds. I like to just check. Bear with me. David Sands, William Cahill. There you go. Don't have a few, William. My fucking peoples. I love my peoples. That's it, guys. That's it. I think we're up to date. If I have missed you out, guys, and I'm sure I have, let me know, please. All right. There we go. Right. It's time I should crack on. Really, I didn't think this video would be as long. Really. I've reviewed the Spanish papers. It's all dominated with Alonso. There's nothing in there specifically relating to Liverpool, unless you want to try and tie the Alonso situation in. Yeah, that's it. I'm tired now. I was all right before I started the video. Now I just feel a bit drained. Probably because I was talking about my mum and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. But what can you do? You know, we all lose people. You know, one day it'll happen to us, won't it? Cheery on this channel sometimes, isn't it? But then again, it's real, isn't it? Anyone can sit in a Liverpool top with fucking green screen and fucking pictures on the wall and all that shit, can't they? I'd rather be real. I'm not saying they're fake, but there's nothing, you know, fake about me. Yeah, I probably say too much, probably too open, really. I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I like to know the people behind the channels. You know, I've said this a few times to people like Adam Naylor, aka MLFC, Miserable Martin, Red Raw LFC. You know, I like to know about people, not just like, hey, I'm a Liverpool fan and this, that, and the other. Yeah, but what about you? Who are you? You know, how long have you supported Liverpool? Tell me how long you supported Liverpool. What's your Liverpool memories? I don't know. It's just the kind of stuff I like, you know. So I don't know if they've done any videos recently. I don't know. Do you know what? I feel fucking knackered now. I feel knackered. It's warming up in here, though. That'll be all right. So, right, shall I go then? Sorry if it's a boring morning briefing. But what it is, what it is. It's me. That's it. I'm happy being me. And 2026, I hope it's a good year for us all, you know. I'm happy being me. I love what I do. I love cop talk. There's been times over the years I've fucking hated it. And people have come up to me and said, oh, what do you think about Liverpool? I've gone, I couldn't give a flying fuck about, because, you know, I was going through a divorce, or just not right mentally, really, you know. And sometimes, it's, you know, when it's your job, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm sick of hearing about it. You know, you get like that. You know, but at the minute, I'm loving it. I don't think I've ever, in my entire time, 27 years of cop talk, I don't think I've ever enjoyed it as much as now. And, you know, back in the 90s, early 2000s, the money was ridiculous. You know what I mean? Tens of thousands. It was fucking, fuck knows where it all went. I just looked after people. But my point I'm trying to make here is you don't need that. I know a lot of you think, I'd rather have that than not have it. Fucking too, right? Me too. Me included. But I often think back to some of the happiest times in my life, and they were probably when I started Cop Talk, because you know, my mum was around. My kids were young, which is when they're fun. I had a little terraced house, 32-inch television, which had a meter on it. I had to put pound coins in it to fucking use it. How things have changed there. And I had what was my car? Seat Cordoba. I think it was called a Seat Cordoba. It was red. And my number plate was S2 LFC. Fast forward a few years with Cop Talk, I had W1 Cop and W2 Cop. One was man and the other was me missus. But it was good times. I really enjoyed it back then. Life was just nice, but didn't realise at the time, if that makes sense, until it's all gone. And by gone, I mean your family and your kids growing up. They're still your kids, but it's just a little bit different. You know, like if Rob was here now, in his 20s, he'd be like sat over there going, all right, do you go for a beer? Do you want a sandwich, Dad? You know what I mean? Which is lovely, he's fucking great. But when they're little, when he was like 5, 6, 7, he'd be running around like a madman. Come on, Dad, go on Xbox. Do you know what I mean? You miss that as a parent, you know. But I think at the moment, my life is the happiest it's been for a long time. Although I think if you follow me closely in my videos, you know that I'm a deep person and there are many regrets in my head and things that I'm still coming to terms with on a personal level, but you can't do anything about that. And I think that that's just probably an age thing, that as the older you get, the more serious it gets. When you're in your 20s and 30s, maybe even your 40s, you're a bit more blasé, you know. I certainly in my 20s and 30s, if a relationship ended, I was like, well, it doesn't matter, give a fucking... Now it's a bit more like, oh, why did I do that? You know, so you got to learn from it. And I hope, if you are a younger person, that you listen to me sometimes. You know what I mean? But I'm very happy. I've got a partner that idolises me. I've got a lovely dog, and that's all that matters. And he's far more important than her or anyone else, I can assure you. I've told her a few times, you know, women come and go, dogs don't. Fucking dog stays. You know, so I got a lovely little rescue dog, Remy, as you know. And remember, we had Rodders, didn't we, back in there? Look, there he is, the Rodders. And there they are, look, when they were kids. That was Spain many, many years ago. And I miss them like that, you know what I mean? But no, everything's all right, and I'm getting, you know, great satisfaction from working for my local football team. They're voluntary, by the way. I don't want paying for it. I've never asked for a penny out of that club. I've paid for many, many things, you know, to help the club. I don't want that. I don't want money. Which is quite funny because a lot of people that, you know, a lot of people do want money. I do want money. I want money, of course I do. But I don't want to do something for money, if that makes sense. I don't do Cop Talk for money. And Cop Talk started as a hobby, and I still treat it as a hobby. There's a difference between existing and saying, right, well, this is my life, this is what I do. I've got to find a way to generate revenue to exist versus starting something with the sole intention of making money. And when you do it the other way around, what I do, you don't have to enjoy it a lot more. So you could be employed by a football club and go and sit for an interview and work for them, but it would never be the same connection as being like doing it voluntary and saying, no, I'm just happy to help my community and my friends and you know. So don't get me wrong, the people that own the club are multi-millionaires, like, you know what I mean? But money's not all about, you know, when you look at reward, my reward is them pictures that I showed you of my friend Sue, whose dad's been ill. She was emotional after that event at the weekend, and that's my reward, is helping people and seeing them happy, you know. And maybe the world would be a nicer place like that. I know I sound like an angel, and I'm not a fucking angel. I've made plenty of mistakes, and, you know, sometimes I get into arguments and, you know, with my partner, and I'll say things that you probably shouldn't say. But we're only human, aren't we? You know, you could put up with so much stress and things like that. But, no, I mean, hey, listen, don't get me wrong. I wish there was a bit more fucking YouTube money, to be honest with you. August on here is a good month. That's it. One good month a year. One good month a year, that's it. And that gets fucking absorbed in September. I remember last year it just fucking all went. February's my worst month of the year. Always has been. Don't know why. Probably because it follows a transfer window. And obviously January's, you don't see a lot of business and speculation in January. Oh, but like I say, I love it. I won't change it for the world. And it depends your state of mind, really, right? If you think about this. When I go for a beer on a Saturday, some people will think, yeah, you're happy that you're going for a beer because someone else is paying for your beer. Which there has to be a bit of that, right? But for me, it's the fact that someone appreciates you so much or enjoys what you do, it makes you think, I've done something right. And they want to get me a beer. Do you know what I mean? You don't go out and go, ha, suckers. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, I love it. And I tell my friends and people that my daughter's just messaged me about the accounting. Don't leave it too late, she said. Oh, God. When I see my friends on a weekend and I tell them, when my phone bleeps, I go, no, Dave Sanders just bought me a couple of drinks. All right. Even Martin, my friend that I go with, Niles bought Martin beers, and more than once. He'll go get Martin a few beers, he'll be out and I go, Martin, and I'll be like that, passing him €20. He's like, what? I go, Niles, get yourself, a drink. And he's like, I can't take that off you. It's not my money, it's what he said to do, It's just amazing. When I die, I hope that they just put on my gravestone, he was happy. I mean, it's funny I'm saying that because the last few years I felt fucking suicidal, to be honest with you. He was happy. Yeah. And you make me happy, all right? And my eyes are a bit sore now. I've got to go because I've got to make these videos and my daughter's already fucking hassling me, do you know what I mean? All right, guys, live stream tonight at 7 UK. If there's anything you want to talk about, please let me know. Now, here comes the grift. If you enjoyed this video, if you liked my channel or whatever, please thumbs up the video. Now, if you want to thumbs it down because you're one of them, it's the same as a thumbs up. It's classed as one view, one interaction. I'm just saying, all right? So thumbsing down is just helping me too. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me, whichever you do. Alan Metcalf sometimes thumbs down my videos. He told me when I met him, he says, sometimes I thumbs down your videos. I haven't got my glasses on. There's me, paranoid, going, who don't like my videos? It's fucking Alan Metcalf. Bastard. Yeah, thumbs up my vids, guys. Drop me a comment if you've got time. I know sometimes you haven't, but every now and then just drop in and say hello. I hate it when I see a username, leave a nice comment, then you don't hear from them for months. And then if you don't hear them at all, I always think, what happened to them? Just let me know you're all right. What you up to, what you've been doing, how you're feeling about Liverpool. Any random shit. I love it. I love hearing from you guys. I do. Min. What else is there? There's a love art somewhere. I think it's under the video. I don't know. There's an art somewhere. That's called the super thanks, right? Well, I'm supposed to be going away next month. Oh, that's not good though, is it? Because I don't get paid till 23rd. Oh, yeah. I go on 16th of February, I think. February, my worst month of fucking year. What dickhead goes away in February? Me. Yeah, anyway, there's a love out on my video if you'd like to, give me a thanks. I always do my acknowledgements. I always mention you guys that do that in my morning briefings, as you've just seen. You can become a channel member if you want and walk with me, become part of the squad. You've got a nice little football next to your name, then tells everyone that you're with me. You know what I'm saying? I think you get a bronze one in the first month, silver in the second month, and then after 3 months, it's gold. Golden balls. In the video description, if you click on description, there should be 3 links, which you can support me on. I get 100% from the links. They're instant. And Revolut is my beer kitty. My beer kit is empty for Saturday, the weekend. But I'm sure during the week, people will top me up and I'll be able to go for a beer. I'm going to go to the football on Saturday. I was just thinking, would she be able to go? She can't go with me on Saturday because she'll be at work. That's a shame. I like it when she goes with me. Most of the fellas are probably, watching this about, oh, fucking hell, if I can get away from my miss. Yeah, but we haven't been together long. No, I've always been, I always want to do stuff with my chick, always. So I'll be going on my own on Saturday. I hope Martin's going. But then when I get back, I want to get some beers for football. So then when I get back, I'll get Bus to drop me off in town and go for a beer. That's it. That's my week planned out. All right, guys. I love you, man. Thanks for watching. Hey, I just want to thank you. I know there's loads of you out there that would support me if you could. I also know there's some that would never fucking support you. But I know there's some of you out there that would love to be a channel member. I know that because you tell me. And you are no less important. You're very important to me. You're a viewer. And if you're here for the right reasons, that's all that matters to me. And if you thumbs up my video and occasionally pop up in my comments and leave a message, you're doing your bit for my channel. All right? All right, guys. See you tonight at 7. But I'll be churning out some content real soon. Okay, guys, take care.